Winter is about to take a serious turn. But first, a dangerous storm is sweeping across the southeast right now with a heightened risk of severe weather today. Damaging winds and a few tornadoes are possible through the evening, which could affect the Daytona 500, but tomorrow will change everything. As this storm exits, colder air surges in and the entire weather pattern will flip. That opens the door for two winter storms next week. The first storm will bring up to 8 feet of snow to the mountains and trigger a rare severe weather threat along the west coast. Once the storm crosses the Rockies, a major winter storm threat will develop across the Midwest and Northeast, leading to snow and ice for millions. Following this, a second winter storm is likely late this week, which could lead to even more problems. And here's where things get more extreme. While some areas brace for snow and ice, others could challenge record-breaking warmth. A massive temperature contrast will stretch across the country, fueling an active and volatile stretch of weather. So, in today's forecast, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know about this upcoming weather pattern change that'll impact the United States. A massive temperature contrast will stretch across the country, fueling an active and volatile stretch of weather. So, in today's forecast, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know about this upcoming weather pattern change that'll impact the United States. Now, we are going to talk all about this big winter pattern change that is about to happen. But I do want to talk first about our severe weather potential for today, as we do have a slight risk of severe weather for parts of Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, where damaging winds and even a few tornadoes are possible anytime, basically, between now all the way through the evening tonight. And this could even impact the Daytona 500. Now, what's even crazier is tomorrow, we are going to flip from coast to coast for severe weather. We'll go from the East Coast to the West Coast, where we have a rare 2% tornado risk in place for parts of California. This does include areas like Los Angeles and even back over towards San Francisco, where a couple of tornadoes are possible tomorrow. Now, let's talk more about the timing of severe weather for today. We had a very active day yesterday with tornadoes. Even overnight last night, we had several tornadoes happen in Mississippi while many people were sleeping. Luckily, today's severe weather threat should be a bit lower than what we saw last night, and it's also going to be mostly during the daytime today. So, we already have some storms out there across Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. This is going to continue throughout the daytime today. It's going to be a line of thunderstorms that'll be producing damaging winds. Some hail is possible, but it should be mostly a wind threat. And then there will be some embedded tornadoes in this line of thunderstorms throughout the middle and late afternoon hours. This line will be approaching Savannah, also going towards Jacksonville by about 5 hours this afternoon, and then once we go into the evening tonight, this line of thunderstorms will approach Orlando, Tampa, and Daytona Beach, where the Daytona 500 is happening. This is mostly going to arrive, though, after 7 tonight, so there shouldn't be any impacts during the race. But after the race, there will likely be a pretty intense line of thunderstorms. And then overnight is when this line will continue to push down to the south and fall apart as it moves towards Port St. Lucie and Miami. And then by Monday morning, we are clearing out all along the East Coast, which is good news. But there could be some winter storm activity later next week. Now, after this storm is all said and done, the weather is actually going to get even crazier as we go into this upcoming week. So, this storm will move out tonight. We'll be watching for just a lot of rain along the East Coast. Yes, there will be a little bit of snow back over in Pennsylvania and New Jersey and maybe Long Island, but this is not going to be much more than just a coating to maybe a half of an inch of snow in most areas. So, generally speaking, not a significant winter storm by any stretch of the imagination. Tomorrow, we are going to have a very impactful West Coast storm system. This is going to dump lots of rain and also lots of snow, especially to the higher elevations. We could easily pick up over 5 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada and the Cascades. Flooding rainfall is a big concern right along the West Coast. And around Monday afternoon, there is a possibility that we could have a tornado or two right along the West Coast, mainly around Los Angeles. And there could be something sneaky just east of San Francisco. Monday evening, this storm system will push a ton of moisture right over the Rockies, and we will eventually have this brand new storm system developing. So Tuesday, we'll have some high winds all across the central and northern plains. This isn't going to bring anything too crazy, otherwise just going to be windy on Tuesday. By Tuesday night and early Wednesday is when a lot of that moisture will move over the Rockies, and we will eventually get a brand new winter storm. This is going to be mostly impactful for areas like Saskatchewan, as we are going to be watching a lot of snow Tuesday night, but it will eventually impact areas like the northern plains and the upper Midwest Wednesday. We are expecting heavy snow to be ongoing across North Dakota, northern Minnesota, the upper peninsula of Michigan, and then eventually as we go into late Wednesday, this storm system is going to kind of break into two parts. A weaker side of this low-pressure system will continue to bring snow into the northern plains, but in the northeast is going to be a brand new area of low pressure that'll kind of split. And this is where we could see some heavier snowfall and maybe even some freezing rain Wednesday evening. So, this will dump at least a few inches of snow. It could bring some ice accumulation as well. But that's not all, because another piece of energy is going to come over the Rockies late Wednesday and early Thursday. And that's this right here. This is going to be more rain and snow that'll be falling along the west coast. And this one has a potential to impact far more people. We could have tens of millions of people end up seeing snow and maybe even some showers and thunderstorms around Thursday and Friday. Right now, the European model is showing a scattered area of thunderstorms stretching from even Illinois back into the mid-Atlantic and also the Carolinas. On the flip side, on the west side of that low-pressure system, it has some heavier snowfall across parts of Minnesota and also the Dakotas. And so, this could end up being a bit of a winter storm. Obviously, it's a lot smaller of scale, so it's going to be a little bit harder to forecast over the next few days. So things will change. However, I would not be surprised if models did end up shifting a bit further down to the south to maybe include areas like Chicago and possibly some snowfall sometime around Thursday and Friday. By late Friday and early Saturday, we could even have more moisture come over the Rockies, and that could lead to a severe weather setup maybe across the Tennessee Valley and the southeast. And then snow should continue at least to a light extent across parts of the Central Plains and also back into the Great Lakes by early next weekend. I do want to point out that areas like western Nebraska have hardly even seen a half of an inch of snow this winter, so there might be some snow on the horizon, but it does not look too significant for now. And then by next week, which this is basically the last week of February, things become a lot more uncertain. For right now, does not look like we're going to have anything major, but that could obviously always change between now and then. Now, in terms of total snowfall over the next 7 to 10 days, we are expecting a widespread 3 to 7 inches of snow for most of the upper Midwest. These numbers, though, could definitely change. I mean, areas like Chicago right now, looking at maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow over the next 7 days. However, it could be higher, it could be lower. It just depends on the track of that upcoming winter storm on Friday. In tomorrow's video, we're going to go way more in detail about all of this stuff, so make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. And then back over in the Northeast, this is an area that I'm more confident that we are going to end up seeing at least somewhere around 4 to 8 inches of snow, especially in Vermont, upstate New York, and back into New Hampshire. Many other areas, though, could easily pick up several inches of snow. And this is what we're looking at probably at least through Sunday night, so basically over the next 7 days. So again, a lot of snow is on the way. It's just going to come down to the fine details, and we'll have a lot more information on that in tomorrow's video. And for all those winter lovers out there, I don't have great news currently in terms of areas like the southern and central United States. As over the next few days, we are going to be dealing with a record-breaking heat wave, and it all begins tomorrow, where we will have a widespread area with temperatures as much as 25 to 35 degrees above average. Even on Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to have several areas basically stretching from Wichita Falls, Texas, into Minnesota, as much as 40 degrees above average. This really won't go anywhere until at least around Thursday or Friday, and once those winter storms push through, temperatures will drop a lot and we could even have an Arctic blast sometime around the beginning of next week. Some models are starting to hint at that. GFS model here is showing a large area of at least below average temperatures, so some sort of colder Arctic blast is possible. And in our next video, we'll go way more in detail about all of this, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And as always, thank you all so much for watching today's forecast on Michael Carter Weather. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. There is a low chance we go live later today, so click the bell icon so you're notified if we do go live, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.